come in.
Hi, Rowburrey, SalesForce.
Hi, Sandy Johnson with DOG.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too. You can have a seat.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I heard a lot about you through Bobby after the G-Day game.
Oh yeah, Bobby and I we've actually been friends for a really long time, and we just happened to end up at the same company. But yeah, he's great.
Well, thanks so much for seeing me today. I look forward to seeing how maybe SalesForce can help you out and with the DOG. I want to go ahead and give you my business card.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Now, talked to Bobby a little bit at the G-Day game weekend. Of course, it was a very informal meeting, so I did a little bit of research and kind of came up with an agenda today. Is it okay if I pull that out and take some notes?
Yeah, of course.
Great, thanks so much. Now, I know we have about 20 minutes today, is that right?
Yep, 20 minutes.
Anybody else needs to be here during conversation?
Nope, just me.
Sounds good then. All right, we'll go ahead and get started.
Perfect.
Now, I'd love, first of all, for you to walk me through your past fiscal year. I know you had some growth. Talk me through that.
Yeah, so we were very blessed. We had about a 3.5% growth from our 48.6 revenue, and yeah, we have about 4 branches. We're in Duluth, Augusta, Nashville, and Jacksonville, and obviously I serve as president, and then I have some other inside staff, and then we have VP of sales, and then branch manager, and then salespeople, and then maintenance branch manager, and maintenance people. So we have a lot of different tiers. For as small of a company as we are relatively.
So small business, but you still know everybody.
Oh yeah, we know everyone. I mean, it's like family.
Good deal. Cool. So you were able to achieve some growth. Now, how did that growth come about last year?
Yeah. So basically, we're a relatively young company, but we had a lot of referrals. Okay. So we would clean one office building, and then let's say they had a Nashville office, and they also had a Jacksonville office. Okay. So we would clean both of those offices, and then they'd say, "Hey, we really like this. We really like DOG, and your company should try it too." And so then they would call us, or we would have some of our salespeople call them, and so it's just kind of been word of mouth and referrals. Okay.
So you doing any kind of technological, kind of demographic look, or
occasionally? I think some of our interns and entry level, some people will Google, maybe like new business offices in Duluth or new business offices in Augusta. So just kind of that, but not a ton of success from that. A little bit, and it's also just kind of risky calling a company that you know nothing about.
So you had the great growth last year. Now, how are you planning on obviously either matching that or hopefully exceeding that in the upcoming years?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to exceed that. So we did do that 3.5% just as is, but that was kind of due to our Jacksonville office. That was our big launch last year.
Oh, so Jacksonville's a new branch.
It is. Okay. It is a new branch, and that's where that 3.5 is coming from, because we had all of those new clients that we were servicing. But
now, if you don't mind me interrupting,
yeah, no, go ahead.
What were some of maybe the problems you faced in opening a new branch? Because obviously you had 3, went to 4, and didn't really expand in terms of VP or president roles. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we had to hire a lot of people, but I mean, not a huge amount. It's mostly just the client base is huge down there. So I mean, it was necessary. That's our second largest client base.
Has it been a stretch for you and your VP in terms of communicating hours and hours away, or?
Yeah, it has. It's especially for the VP of sales. I mean, he's overseeing it all, and so he actually goes and visits each branch about once a month. Okay. So he's going over there and he's evaluating, their communication problems and what they're facing right now. But it's been a lot for him. So
has diverting his attention to a new branch has it had any negative impacts on your pre-existing branches at all?
Well, I don't know if his absence from the branches is, I think it's just, he could be doing other things and everyone else could be doing other things besides running around and trying to find each other and figure out what's happening in each branch. So I would say it's more of, I don't want to say bottom tier, but more of where the majority of our employees are. That's where the communication is probably lacking the most.
I see. So communication's key. And so with your middle tier then, which would be your sales managers.
Right.
Okay. So talk to me some of the problems that they're facing, maybe the expansion.
Yeah. So it's the expansion. Jacksonville is kind of its own. They're its own branch. So we're kind of divided between the 4 branches. So everyone's communicating within their own tower, if you will.
Okay.
So besides our VP of sales who goes to visit, but I would say that we are struggling in our going upstream communication. Okay. So our maintenance staff is, they're not organized. They're not reporting what they're doing. They're just kind of checking the boxes. Sometimes they're going to the wrong place. It's just a bit chaotic.
All right, I do want to talk more about the maintenance staff and perhaps the communication gap there with them. But back to your VP of sales. So you did mention the key is that he's traveling a lot more. Can you tell me about how much his hour wage is based off of right now?
Our VP of sales?
Yes.
His hourly wage, I would value it at like $100.
Okay, so he's paid $100 an hour right now, and he's traveling once a month to each of these different branches. Now, obviously, Augusta is not as far away from Duluth,
right.
But still, he's probably traveling on average 20 hours, or if not more.
Yeah.
And just in terms, so you're paying him for that. So if you're paying him, if you don't mind me calculating this out here right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
20 hours times $100 an hour is, so this is based on this travel time was per month, you think, then 20 hours?
Probably.
Okay. So about $2,000 a month where you're paying your VP just
right.
to drive or fly, not including the costs it takes you to get it there.
Right.
So we multiply that by 12 months, looking at about $24,000 a year, you're paying your VP just to drive or fly.
Just to travel, yeah.
Just drive or fly. So
just kind of figure out what's going on. I never thought about that.
We'll keep that in mind just going forward. And then we want to talk a little bit about terms of that middle level and in the maintenance staff kind of deal. So talk to me a little bit more about how those accounts perhaps.
Right. So basically how it goes every week is the maintenance managers are giving the maintenance staff their schedule for the whole week.
Okay.
But it's on a piece of paper. Like this is a printout piece of paper that they have to hold on to, and it's their job to give that piece of paper, that schedule, document back to their manager at the end of the week.
Okay.
So, first of all, that amount of time is just not realistic for us. We can't grow having that week-long delay of information.
Yes.
I think that's a huge problem. And then also, there's just sometimes people are going around the document and putting their stuff in Excel and then sending it through email and then putting it in their notes in their phone.
Right.
It's just kind of all over the place.
So that's definitely like a little bit of lost time for the maintenance employees because they could be going and being productive and working for you.
Right.
Okay. So about how often do you think this happens of those maintenance employees kind of making the communication error?
Well, it's not even them running around trying to figure out where their information is. It's more them missing the customers.
I see.
They're just not.
So how often does that happen?
I would say that probably about 5 times a week.
Okay, about 5 times a week, a maintenance person will miss a prospective job. So if we kind of calculate that out a little bit, it's five people, and how much would you say each person kind of wasted? Maybe 2 hours each, so 10 hours?
Yeah,
okay.
I'd say 10 hours. Just
in terms of the Atlanta Duluth traffic,
yeah.
I know you know. And how much would you say their time is worth about?
Oh, probably $15 an hour.
Okay, so my calculations are correct here, and on a monthly basis, we're losing about $3,000 just in terms of your maintenance employees missing accounts or wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
So if you multiply that out on an annual basis, it's $36,000 a year.
Oh.
So if we add adding that up, and then on top of that, the accounts that they're missing. How often does that frustrate your customers?
Oh, I mean, it's such a small number. I don't even think that it.
Well, how much is it?
It's 2%.
Okay, so 2% of your customer base, and now based on my homework, you have about 286.
Yeah, 286.
Okay, 2% of 286 is about 6 customers.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Right.
It's just gonna happen.
Well, can you give me an estimate of how much each account is worth to you?
Yeah. So, I mean, we are very broad based in that aspect, and we service a lot of different size buildings.
Right.
None of them are the same, but I mean, it can go from our smallest are like $1,000 up to thousands of
Right.
dollars.
Okay. So if we even focus in on the lesser end of the spectrum of $1,000 a month for an account. Now, how often are those accounts missed? We said a weekly, perhaps, is what you said for the maintenance workers.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we have 6,000 a week in terms of missed accounts times 4 weeks is 24,000, and on an annual basis, excuse me, I think I mistyped that. So 6,000 times 4 weeks, and then times 12 weeks or 12 months of the year, it's about a $288,000 kind of mark on your records.
Oh.
For your 2%. Have you
Yeah.
thought about that?
No,
Okay.
I haven't. It seems so small.
It does. And then we've got the problem with the maintenance. What could we do to help you? Would you like to see them, rather than a piece of paper, which I'm sure gets lost, would it be helpful to see it kind of in a centralized location?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, especially, we've got to figure out something about the scheduling.
Which-
that has to happen.
Talking of the G-Day game weekend, I know you all know already that CRM is something you're looking into.
Mm-hmm.
So do you mind if I go ahead and kind of demonstrate some of the capabilities we might can offer you?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
Great, thank you. So if we look here, we've got the SalesForce kind of homepage. And as the president, this is what you're going to see.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and take the reins on this, but if you click here, it'll actually take you to your homepage.
Okay, here. I'm going to scoot it this way.
Okay.
Okay.
And so when you look here, as you can see, you've got your different regions already marked out for you. So you've got Jacksonville, you've got Nashville, et cetera, and you can kind of see the real time of what's happening at each of the different branches.
Yeah, this isn't my company, right?
This is a company I've kind of modeled
Oh,
similar to yours.
okay. I was like,
we have various trial packages.
Okay,
so
I
I've kind of modeled one on what you'd see, structured it similar to you. But as you can see here, the real highlight of this, if you don't mind me pulling up my cell phone here, we have a mobile app version of the same software. And so depending on the kind of, here you go. Depending on the type of client that's using the program at the time, so as a VP or a president, you're going to see the broad range.
Right.
But as a maintenance worker, you're going to see just specifically what kind of clients I'm going to today, where
Okay.
I'm going.
I mean, obviously they can't carry around a laptop, but they do get a company phone.
Okay, so they already have the hardware.
Right.
Great. Okay. Well, I mean, our app works for Android, iOS,
Okay,
etc. So
perfect.
that should work just fine. But as you can see, so if I'm a maintenance support employee, I can go ahead and enter in here that I just checked off the office building in Augusta, downtown by the Masters. So from there, as you can see right here, you can see that it's already been taken care of.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna really, really. Also, I think our maintenance employees, they kind of struggle with the complexity of technology, but this seems really simple.
Yeah, we do try to be.
Have other companies had success?
Yes.
Okay,
So
understanding it.
So, the beautiful thing about SalesForce is it's applicable across the range, no matter what kind of company you are, if it's all college grads or if it's just simply, people who clean office buildings. Nothing, which is completely necessary. It's just, it applies for everybody.
Yeah, no, and that was a concern of mine, was the complexity.
Yes,
but,
it's definitely not complex, and in fact, I will be here, if you choose to go with SalesForce, I'll be here throughout the entire process. I can meet with each of your employees if need be to put the app on their phone and show them, hey, this is what I need to do. Here's your week at a glance. Here's your day at a glance. Addresses, that kind of thing. So does this look like something?
Oh yeah, yes.
Great.
I think this would really, really benefit us.
Now I know that probably the magical thing you're questioning now is
let's talk money.
The money.
Let's talk money.
So I want to circle back real quick here to just kind of the implications we already talked about. And so we already mentioned your VP's hours lost, which is $24,000 a year, and then plus the $36,000 a year of your maintenance staff time lost, and the account of $288,000 gives me a value of just in terms of revenue we are missing out on is $348,000. Now, this doesn't even include the expansion capabilities that we've already talked about earlier. I know you mentioned the need for referral-based type thing and the growth you're seeking to improve on next year.
Yeah, I'm wanting to go up 8%.
Right. So if we go up 8%, I've got my data here based on my homework. You increased by 3.5% last year, and you're at 48.6 million, I believe.
Yes, 48.6.
So based on my calculations, the increase between an 8% increase and 3.5% increase that you had last year is a difference of $1.7 million overall.
Yes.
Okay. So adding to the $348,000 you're already losing out on and the potential $1.7 million, I think you'll agree that when we talk numbers of what SalesForce costs, it's so worth this. So not only in what you're automatically going to gain back just by using SalesForce, $348,000, but with the potential of up to $1.7 million. So we're talking $2 million.
Let's talk that money though. Like, how much is this going to cost me?
So set up someone to a cell phone subscription plan. Each of your employees has an $85 a month fee, and so I think based on your needs you described, you want everybody on the software.
Yeah, I mean that just makes sense.
Okay.
That's 128 people.
Yes. So multiplying that out, we've got a value of $10,710 a month in terms of just flat subscription fees.
Right.
And then we have an $18,000 one-time startup fee, which includes my training for all of your employees.
Okay.
So if we add that in and we multiply the $10,710 by 12 months, we have an annual the first year cost will be $146,520.
Okay.
But that will go down to $128,000 annually after we take out the 1 year subscription fee.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want to pay that.
No, you won't. You won't be paying that.
Okay.
But if you look at this little chart that I've made here, you're already making back $348,000 just by paying in the $146,000. So you're going to double your money.
Okay.
Well, that's not even including the potential growth from using the SalesForce benefits.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. How long do I have to stay subscribed?
So actually, we could talk variability wise. Now, the annual startup fee is non-refundable type fee. When I come in, $18,000 is a flesh cost of just setting up the software, especially if you're a company. So that's going to guarantee you have at least a year because you've paid that up front.
Okay.
If after that time you choose not to continue with SalesForce, we can talk about that then, although I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. Like I mentioned, you're already going to make back $348,000.
Yeah, all right. Well, I was just wondering if it was a time constraint.
Time constraint, no.
Okay.
You are, by signing the contract, you're given a year. So if by a year we haven't proved ourselves to you, we can definitely talk about avenues of kind of parting. But I promise you, in my year and a half with SalesForce, I have not had that happen yet.
Okay.
And so I don't think you're going to have that,
all right.
that constraint.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and move forward with that.
So I've got an agreement here, and this just lets me know that I can go ahead and bring in all my IT people to help set up everything for your software.
All right. Sounds good. Get a signature. And I have to run to another meeting. I'm so sorry, but it was great doing business with you.
I look forward to being back in a few weeks to get taken care of. Thanks,
it was so nice to meet you.
Hi, Dr. Gunner. I don't know my password.